guys, it's Jess from Peace Love Books, and just came here with a reading vlog that I know you guys are gonna really be excited for, and that is for Elle Kennedy's new books. So, not new books, new book plus her old book I haven't read yet. So, the play came out a while ago. This did come out last year, and I never got around to it because I missed the sign up for the ARC, and then I got the paperback, and I don't read paperbacks that fast when I buy them because I have all these other things I need to read, and the only thing that pushes me to read a new release is if I have an arc of it and have to finish it, and if I don't, I just don't read it for months. And so I haven't read this yet. I know it's Hunter's story, and I think Demi is the girl's name, and we haven't met Demi yet, but we met Hunter. And then we have book 4, which I am blanking on the name. I don't remember, but I got an e-arc of it. I'm on Elle's blogger list now, like reviewer list. So I was emailed a few days ago asking me to review it. So we only had about a week to read it and review it, and I haven't read this. It comes out on Tuesday. It's Friday today, so I'm gonna start this today and then start the new one tomorrow, and then have that finished by Sunday and have this video Monday so you guys can pick it up on Tuesday when it comes out. So I love Elle. I love her hockey romances. The off-campus series is amazing. I loved The Risk, which is book 2 in this series, and the first one was pretty good. I liked it. I think I gave it 5 stars. I might have given it 4 stars. I don't remember, but book 2 I definitely gave 5 stars. So I'm excited to see how these books are. I don't really know anything else about them. I always go into her books not knowing anything, so it's been a long time since I read book 2, so like I don't know too much about who Hunter is. So that's what's gonna happen in this reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will catch up with you guys when I've read some. Hi. Hey guys, so I won't eat this while I'm talking to you. I am 50 pages into the play by Elle Kennedy, and it's Hunter's story. And I don't know if I'm that big of a fan of Hunter. He is like taking a vow of celibacy because he's like the team captain, and like he slept around with the wrong person in the last book, and that caused them the game. So he is like, I need to be captain, I need to take it seriously, so I'm not gonna like mess around. And like he is so horny, and I'm just like, really? Like everything is like affecting him, and I'm just like, you're really annoying me right now. I could care less. I get that's the premise, but like his dancing with one of his best friends who he knows is dating another one of his best friends like turns him on, and I'm just like, really? So it's fine. I just feel like it's over the top, and it was super info dumpy when we got like a scene with the team. It was just like 3 straight pages of like explaining who everybody is. So not a lot's happened, and I'm almost 60 pages in, and it's just like still setting things up. So I also don't know if I'm in the mood for a new adult romance right now, but I'm reading this now, so I will read more and up to you guys, hopefully, if I'm enjoying it more. So this, I'm 140 pages in, and Demi still has a boyfriend, and Demi and Hunter are like obviously attracted to each other. They can't deny that they're good looking people, but there's really no romance yet. It's definitely more friends to lovers right now. They're just really good friends right now, and Demi is still dating her boyfriend, and we're 140 pages in, so definitely a lot slower of a romance, and it's fine so far. I mean, like, I like the characters and I like the story, so still very crude on Hunter's part. Like literally he can't stop talking about sex, but okay, I'll read some more. Oh, did you just fall? Did you just fall? She's so pretty. Hi guys, I'm here to update you guys. I have about 140 pages left of the play, and I just tweeted about it. I am not enjoying this book, and I have a lot of things I don't like about it so far, which is making me really sad because this is one of the books that I knew I had to read this year. I love Elle Kennedy, but like, I don't like it. And I looked up reviews to see like, if I don't like a book and I can't pinpoint why I don't like it, I go look at reviews who gave it like a 3-star or less, and I'm like, that's what's bothering me. So I was even taking notes on my phone because I never take notes, and this, I just needed to make sure I remembered what was bothering me. So I don't really care about Hunter or Demi at all. And I think a big reason why someone pointed out for the off-campus series, everybody was so interconnected and so close to each other. And in this one, Demi's like the boys girl, and she always has guy friends. And she has guy friends in the book, but like she doesn't have friends. Like she just has like acquaintances, and like this TJ guy is like giving me really weird vibes, and I feel like something's gonna happen because he's madly in love with her, which I also think is an annoying trope when it's like they have best guy friends, but the guy friends are just madly in love with them. And he's just like giving me with these weird vibes. And then she has Pax, who's like her gay best friend, but he was in the beginning and like has barely been in the book since. And she has some girlfriends, but it's just like she doesn't really have friends that she talks to or is close to. And I feel like there's just no connection with her and anybody else. And then Hunter has nothing else going for him except for the fact that he's being celibate because he wants to be a good hockey captain. And that's it. There's nothing to his character. So I like don't get it. I have noticed with a lot of Elle Kennedy books, which is making me sad that it's like this, almost all of her characters are super thin, super pretty, and everybody wants them, or the guys are all super hot because, I mean, they're hockey players, so they got their six-pack abs. Every girl looks at him when he's out in public, and everyone hits on him, and everyone hits on her, and she's just so gorgeous, and she only goes to the gym like a couple times a week because she has such a fast metabolism, and that's what Demi is. So she, like, literally once said she went to the gym, like, on Wednesdays, and that's it, but that she just has a really good metabolism, so that's why she's just so skinny, and she's so pretty, and I'm just like, I'm so annoyed with that trope, and I feel like that trope is always in new adult romances where they're just like the most gorgeous person in the room, and I always hate it when it's like, oh, everybody in the bar turned and just was staring at him because he's just so hot, and all these girls that talk to him always want to hook up with him. And that's just like really annoying to me, and that's happened a lot in this book, and I don't feel comfortable with the representation of Demi's character. She claims she's Latina, so I don't remember what her mom is, and then her dad's black, but that's really like it. Like, it's just like, it was thrown in there to say that she is a biracial character. It's just like when she talked to her parents, she's like, oh yeah, my dad's this big black guy and my mom's this short Latina, and that was it. And I'm like, okay. And like they went salsa dancing. She's like, oh, you think I can salsa because I'm Latina? And they're like, oh no, I didn't mean that. She's like, oh well, I can. And I'm just like, this just doesn't feel like it's an authentic part of her character. It just feels like it's there to be diverse and call it a day. And that's just my opinion when I'm reading it, and I don't know if I like that. So the last part that has me like really annoyed about this book is the fact that Hunter is determined to be celibate for a year until the hockey season's over so we can focus on hockey. And this is a little bit spoilery, but now that Demi's single, I won't tell you how, she like is determined to rebound with Hunter, and she is constantly trying to make him jealous and constantly trying to like entice him for him to break his celibacy. And I'm just thinking, if this were reversed and a girl was determined like, I don't want to have sex and I just want to focus on me, and the guy kept on like being all pushy and flirting with other girls and like insinuating that he's gonna do things with other girls, like that's a really gross, rude guy character. And the fact that like she gets to do it, but if it were reversed, I would like hate the guy for doing it. I'm just super annoyed with her. I'm like, can you like accept the fact that he's trying to be dedicated to his sport, because what he did last year really screwed up the season, so he wants to be a good captain, and like it's really annoying how she won't respect his decision and just like say, okay fine, I'll wait too. Like, it's really annoying. And it's not even like she wants a relationship with him. She literally just wants to sleep with him because she wants a rebound, because she's only been with one guy her whole life, because she's been dating her old boyfriend since she was like 13. So the characters are just really bothering me, and the story's really bothering me, and I don't like anybody in the book. And like it's going by fast. Like I like Elle Kennedy's writing, and I like how, I don't know what else I like. I can't even say what else I like. So yeah, and Connor's the character in the next book, and he is sleeping around with everybody he can, and I'm just like, we're gonna have another person like Hunter, except for he's not gonna be celibate. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep on reading. This is probably at most a 3-star, which is making me so sad because Elle Kennedy is one of my favorite authors, but I just can't with this one. Okay, I've literally read like 2 more pages, and like I said, she was like flirting with Connor in front of him, and now it's just her and Connor and Hunter in a room together, and she's sitting in between them and then starts making out with Connor, and then Hunter's like, okay, I'm gonna leave, and she's like, oh no, stay. This whole thing is so annoying, but we have little Miss Darcy here just being a cutie. So I'm just like, who does that? It's really annoying, and I'm just annoyed. So she likes psychology, right? And that's why her and Hunter are in a psychology class, and she's talking to her ex-boyfriend about why they broke up. And he's like, you were just too perfect, and I felt like the pressure to be better, and all those girls were throwing at me and making me feel like a man. And she's like, oh, I never thought that I was emasculating him. And I was like, because you knew what you wanted and were successful, you were emasculating your boyfriend? That sounds so stupid. And she's like, oh, I never thought about it that way. I'm like, no, that's dumb. I'm here with Miss Lily. Miss Darcy's behind me on that chair. But hi, Lily and I are here to talk to you about the play. And I hated that ending. I'm giving this book 2 stars, which I don't think I've ever given an Elle Kennedy book 2 stars. I don't even know if I've given an Elle Kennedy book 3 stars. I love Elle Kennedy. This book, Demi, ruined the whole entire book for me. So I think I've already talked. I wrote up my review and everything. I already talked about why I wasn't liking this book. And I think Demi's the reason I hated this book so much. And I wasn't a fan of... I'm reading the comments on my review right now. So I hated Demi. First, like I said, she's like super gorgeous and like amazing looking, and I feel like every girl in the Briar U series has been that way. In the Dare, it's not. Taylor is curvy and she feels like she's just like an average person, which I really appreciate. But getting Demi after getting Brenna and Summer, I'm like, okay, so we have another gorgeous skinny girl. And how often she talked about being skinny and not having to go to the gym and having good metabolism. I'm just like, okay. I did not like the ending. I'm gonna get into spoilers right now. I'm not gonna spoil the Dare at all because it hasn't come out yet, but this has come out already and it's been out for like a year. So I really hated the ending with TJ's character. Trigger warning for suicide, because we have our character who is thinking of attempting suicide because Demi doesn't like him. And I already said, like, Demi is not friends with like any guys. She like nicknames all of her guy friends the Lost Boys, and she's like, well, I texted Pax and TJ and my Lost Boys happy holidays. And it's like, what other guys are you even friends with? She doesn't talk about them. She's not actually genuinely best friends with these guys. She'll occasionally like go to dinner with one, but like they don't act like best friends. And it's just weird to me how she's supposed to be like this guy's girl and be like super BFF with them, and she's not. And so I was just like, this isn't, no. And like, of course, one of her best friends is like madly in love with her, and like she doesn't like him, and so he wants to commit suicide because he's like, I've been lusting after you for 3 years and I'd give you space, but you just jumped on to Hunter. And I'm just like, really? And so I didn't like that. And then Demi's all, I want to be a psychiatrist, so I should have seen the signs. And I'm just like, really? You've taken one psych class that you're in and watch true crime shows. That doesn't make you a psychologist. And I was just like, I was really, really mad the entire time I was reading that. I don't think that that was necessary plot point whatsoever. And just like how much she really didn't care about TJ, and then she's all like, I should have seen the signs, like he was just like reserved, you weren't even a friend to him. And I didn't like how his character was supposed to be madly in love with her, and like his life was over because she didn't want him, and she just felt very manic pixie dream girl to me, and I hate that trope so much. Like that's why I don't like John Green books that much, because the 2 I read by him were very manic pixie dream girl. So yeah, I didn't like it at all. Like the ending I hated. I still don't like how Brenna really pressured Hunter to have sex when he was determined to be celibate. I was like, why don't you appreciate that he's dedicated to his sport, that he's the captain and he wants to focus on this. It's literally his life and you don't care. I really didn't like that about her. I just didn't like her. And I felt like the representation was very forced and had a lot of stereotypes. And I saw another review that said like they didn't appreciate that. And as I was reading, I saw like I didn't really feel like this representation was genuine. I appreciate Elle Kennedy trying to have a diverse character, being half Cuban, half Black, but it didn't feel authentic to me. It just felt like, oh, there's my representation. We're gonna make her stereotypical Latina, but she's gonna say, I'm not your stereotypical Latina, but like still have those characteristics. And then she's always like, yeah, my mom's Latina fiery spirit. And I'm just like, okay. I really didn't like it, but I am reading The Dare and I'm loving it so far. Connor is so adorable. So there's a dare and Taylor has to hook up with Connor, and that's her dare. And her sorority sisters are awful. I don't like mean girls in books, and I wasn't in a sorority in college. I never was interested in that, but Taylor's sorority sisters are nasty and really mean throughout this whole thing. And I'm just like, is that what sororities are like? Because like the people I knew in sororities, they were like best friends with their sorority sisters. So I don't know if this is what sororities are normally like to each other, but like the girls are really mean to her, and she is a curvy main character, which I appreciate, but I don't like how she hates her body. Taylor's super self-conscious. She really hates her body, and she thinks she's not attractive, and she's like dieting constantly and not eating anything but salads, which I think is annoying. I wish she could like embrace the fact that she is curvy, but she ends up like telling Connor, like, I'm dared to like hook up with you. And so they go and pretend to hook up, and then they're actually like friends, and Connor like hears girls talking bad about her again. So then he's pretending to date her, and it's so adorable. I love Connor so much. Like, he is like your playboy, but then he's like really sensitive and gets mad when girls like checklist him. They're like, oh yeah, I slept with Connor. And he's like, I'm not like a conquest. He's like, I'm an actual person. I enjoy physical attraction with people, but I'm not somebody to like attain to sleep with me because I'm like hotshot on campus. And so I really like his character, and I really like Taylor, so I'm really loving this one so far. Fingers crossed it keeps on being good. Hey guys, so I am 70% into the book, and I like it a lot better than the play, whatever the previous book was. I like it a lot better. I'm here with Miss Lily. And I am at a part though where like it's Connor's fault for like pulling away for like a stupid reason, and they're just like not communicating, and I don't like that kind of conflict in a romance. So I'm not sure how much I'm liking that, and we still have 30% left, and I honestly don't know what's gonna happen. But I do like Taylor's character. It is kind of annoying though how she like needs a man to like make her feel good about her body, and I'm just like, do you need that? But I do get where she's coming from, because like in all the romances I read where it's like a curvier main character, people are mean, and that's why people are insecure about themselves, because of society. And that's, I mean, like even her sorority sisters are super rude about her body weight, which is really annoying. And she is very insecure about it when it comes to her and Connor's relationship. But when things were like getting rocky, she's like, of course I knew, it's because I'm too fat to be with him. And it's just like, and her friend put her in her place, which made me happy, but it's just like, is that where your mind immediately goes? And it just made me feel bad for her character, and I wish she didn't think like that. But I am enjoying the story a lot more than the previous book, but I am annoyed that Connor is the reason why there's a conflict right now. It's like literally only his fault, and he won't just like open up and talk to her about it. So yeah, I have 30% left, so we'll see how the rest of this book goes. What are you guys doing? Okay, hi guys. So I'm on my floor because my puppies are being too cute and I wanted to pet them while I talked to you. Hopefully my glasses glare isn't too annoying. I finished The Dare by Elle Kennedy, and I'm giving it 4 stars. It was not my favorite, but it was cute. I have noticed this happened with a different new adult book I read. Like, the relationship conflict was resolved pretty early on, and then we have separate conflicts come in after. So like they decide they want to be together, and then something happens where the person then decides to like break it off, and then they figure that out, and then there's another conflict that happens with like individual characters. So I didn't really like the pacing at the end. I wish those conflicts were like interwoven in the story, and both conflicts were because neither one of them wanted to talk to each other about what was happening in their lives, which happened with him. And then she does the same thing. She's like, I know he just didn't communicate with me, and now I'm doing the same to him. And I was like, if you know that, why don't you talk to him? So if you don't like miscommunication, that is a huge thing that happens with 2 different conflicts at the end. But it was cute. I did like the characters. I liked Taylor. I liked Connor. I really liked his character and how he wasn't your typical like playboy, because he showed that he had feelings and he wanted to be taken seriously as a person and not just like someone every girl hooked up with. So I liked that. And I liked how he didn't ever pressure Taylor into going all the way, because that's what Demi did to Hunter, and I really hated that about that book. And Taylor was already insecure about herself and wasn't like Connor. She didn't sleep around like he does, and so she was self-conscious that he would like expect that from her because that's what he does. And then he was like, no, I'll do whatever you want to do, which I really appreciated it with his character. And he let her set the pace, and he was very respectful and like, let me know if this is okay or not. So consent was amazing in this book. and it was good. Haki kind of was over about halfway through the book, while in the play, it was like the entire book, but like in this one, like the season ends about halfway through the book, and Haki isn't as important to Connor as it is to Hunter, because Hunter's the captain, and he like wants to make a life out of Haki, while Connor really doesn't. But Connor has conflicts with his parents, and then we kind of get some of Taylor's conflict with her parent, and we do have them actually having friends outside of like close friends, which I didn't have in the play. So giving this 4 out of 5 stars. It was really cute. I do think that I like the off-campus series better than the series. I liked book 2 the best in this series. I don't know if she'll write another one. I don't think she will. I'm pretty sure this is the last one, unless I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. I like the off-campus series. I think I gave 3 out of the 4 5 stars in the off-campus series. And in this series, I only gave 1 5 stars, which was book 2. And then I gave book 1 4, I gave book 3 2, and I give this 4. So, yep, those are my thoughts. Let me know if you've read the first 3, or if you're excited to read The Dare. I would love to hear. And as you watch this throughout the week, let me know if you've read it yet, because it comes out tomorrow from the day I'm posting this. So let me know if you've read it and your thoughts. And that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.